Did you know that most of the harm experienced in old age isn't caused by disease, but by simple mistakes? It's not always heart problems, memory loss, or even poor diet that steal joy and freedom in later years. More often, it's the unseen traps we fall into without realizing it. This video is for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond who want to age with strength rather than regret. If you've ever wondered, is this really how I wanted to live at this stage of life? You're not alone. The truth is, many well-meaning people fall into habits that gradually damage their health, relationships, and peace of mind, not out of carelessness, but because they believe these habits are normal. In this video, we'll uncover 5 of the most common and dangerous mistakes older adults make. Mistakes that 97% of people fall into without ever noticing, each one backed by psychology, real-life examples, and the silent consequences they bring. By the end of this video, you'll not only recognize these traps, you'll know exactly how to rise above them. Let's get into it. Mistake 1. Giving up control too early. One of the biggest mistakes older adults make is handing over control of their lives too soon. Whether it's their finances, their home, or even their daily choices, it often starts with good intentions. You might say, "I want to make things easier for my kids," or "It's just simpler if someone else handles it." And while that sounds kind, the truth is this quiet surrender often leads to something far more dangerous: learned helplessness. When you stop handling your own money, stop choosing your own food, or stop speaking up for yourself, you don't just lose freedom, you start losing who you are. Your brain becomes less active, your confidence starts to fade, and slowly, without realizing it, you become a bystander in your own life. Psychologists call this the dependency trap. It happens when older adults start believing they can't do things, when in reality, they just haven't done them in a while. This feeling of being taken care of might feel comforting at first, but over time, it eats away at your dignity. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 76. After his wife passed, his adult children started making all the decisions for him, handling his bills, buying his groceries, even managing his medication. At first, he was relieved, but within a year, he began forgetting simple tasks. He stopped leaving the house, and one day he told me, "I don't even feel like a person anymore. I feel like luggage being carried around." If you recognize this in your own life, here's the good news. It's reversible. Start small. Take back a task you used to do yourself, like preparing your own meals once a week or managing your budget. The goal isn't to do everything alone. It's to stay involved, to stay engaged, and most importantly, to keep your identity intact. Because the moment you give up control is the moment you begin shrinking your own life. Don't wait until you've lost your voice to realize how much it mattered. Mistake 2. Isolating yourself from others. It's easy to think that spending more time alone in old age means peace and relaxation. But for most people, social isolation quietly becomes a major problem. When you stop seeing friends, attending events, or even chatting regularly with family, your mind and body begin to suffer. Loneliness doesn't just make you feel sad. It can shrink your brain, weaken your immune system, and increase your risk of heart disease and dementia. This mistake is especially common among people who live alone or have lost a spouse. They think, "I don't want to be a burden," or "It's just easier to stay home." But that choice often comes at the cost of emotional health and vitality. Let me share about a woman named Grace, who's 72. After her husband died, she stopped going to her weekly card games and church socials. She thought she was saving others trouble, but she began feeling forgetful and low. Her doctor later told her that social interaction was as important as medication for her overall health. Psychologically, humans are wired for connection. Our brains release dopamine and oxytocin during social contact, chemicals that boost mood and reduce stress. Without these interactions, depression and anxiety take hold, sometimes without the person even realizing it. It's important to remember, staying connected doesn't mean having a packed calendar. Even a phone call, a letter, or a brief chat can help maintain those essential bonds. The key is to stay visible and engaged in your community, no matter how small the step, because isolation is one of the stealthiest killers of the spirit, and breaking free from it can be one of the most powerful ways to reclaim your life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Mistake 3. Neglecting physical movement. One of the biggest, most damaging mistakes many older adults make is simply stopping regular physical activity. It's not about becoming an athlete overnight or lifting heavy weights. It's about moving your body daily, even in small ways. When movement stops, muscles weaken, bones become brittle, and balance worsens, making falls and injuries far more likely. Many people believe that aches, pains, or fatigue mean it's time to slow down or rest more. But the opposite is often true. Movement improves circulation, strengthens the heart, and keeps joints lubricated. It also releases endorphins that boost mood and sharpen the mind. Take Walter, 79, for example. After retiring, he gave up his morning walks and gardening, thinking his body was just too tired. Within a year, he noticed his legs felt weaker and he stumbled more often. When he started walking again, just 10 minutes a day, his strength returned and he felt more alive than before. Exercise doesn't have to be formal. It can be stretching,